Ngaphoto wami bafowethu baningi abantu ade belindile ukuthi insizwa zase South Africa akuzukumashwa zonke indawo. Insizwa zizohamba ziyohlangana endaweni eyodwa lapho esizosho khona. Uma ngabe ungakwazanga ukufika sicela insizwa ukuyibona evidweni yayo 30 seconds iphakamisa iflag layo isithumelele leyo video siyobe sesiyayipostela leyo video kusasa ngomhla ka30. Kusasa ngomhla ka30 insizwa ezu1 million mazingaba ngaphezulu zibe u3 million ngingajabula. Ngicela ihlakane eSpaghetti Junction eThekwini eduze kwase Pavilion Mall sizosuka lapho sihambe njalo size siyofika edolobheni phakathi eThekwini siyokweseka inkosazana yakwethu uMangobese umama wakwaZuma weMarch and March. Thina njengensizwa nobuntsizwa Development Foundation asinayo imarch esihlelile iSouth Africa yonke asihlelanga lutho. Sizohamba siyokweseka inkosazana yakwethu uMangobese umama wakwaZuma ozobe enemarch eThekwini. Thina ke ngomhla ka1 ezinsizwa nobuntsizwa Development Foundation sizobe sine press conference la khona sicela khona umongameli ukuthi ezazothatha imemorandum. Asinikeze iMay memorandum thina. Asinikeze umunye umuntu imemorandum. Sinikeze indoda yokugcina ezweni sifuna impendulo within 7 days. Lelizwe lizolunga lezi ingane zakithi zonke sifuna kuphela unyaka isebenza. Abantu bokufika usuku lokugcina namhlanje ukuthi behambe bonke. Bantu bokufika usuku lokugcina namhlanje uthi nihambe. Si peaceful sithi buyelane emakhaya kini niyolungisa amazwe enu nathi sikwazi ukunivakashela nani nikwazi ukusivakashela. Hayi ukuthi nina nivakashele thina kuphela. Kuyaphela phela ukudla emzini okuhlala khona bonke abantu. Hawu yebakithi nani ilanga lishona isonto inkaba ibambe khona. Siyobe sikhona kusasa. Ngiyabonga.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in on King Teto. Okay, so it looks like the strategy from Uphakele Mthakathi was always to gather 1 million men in eThekwini. They will be there at, what did they call it, the Spaghetti Junction, and they will be marching from there to go and meet their queen, Jacinta Mangobese, who has applied for a march. I'm not sure if it was granted. I think at the end it was granted because in the beginning the police were saying we are not allowing you guys to march. Now the idea here was to announce this very late because the police obviously did not know where Uphakele Mthakathi will be. The police has spent over 600 million rand to stop Uphakele Mthakathi. There's something that he's saying here on the video that I don't want you guys to be confused. I told you there are marches everywhere in South Africa. Everywhere in South Africa, there are marches organized by this man because he is the one who set the date. He's trying to run away from the responsibility of looting, the responsibility of violence or anything that might take place. We have seen foreign nations closing their shops today. As in today, the 29th, they made sure they closed their shops, lock extraordinary. Some of them were welding their doors shut because they know the possibility of that issue of, looting happening. So Uphakele Mthakathi does not want to take responsibility for that. So he announced the date and then he backpedaled on the date and said, no, there's no march. Now he is saying he's gathering 1 million men at Spaghetti Junction and they're in eThekwini. At the mall there, and he's saying they will be moving from there to go and support Jacinta. They will be marching. This is marching. They will be in the streets. Of course, it will be peaceful because all the foreigners either have closed their doors. Even the Ethekwini municipality has moved foreigners from eThekwini to Limpopo. They've moved every foreigner because you are not safe when you are a foreigner in that province. You are not safe if you are from Limpopo. You are not safe if you are Tsonga, if you are Pedi. Don't take a chance if you are vendor walking around in the streets with all those 1 million Zulu men walking there. You will experience tribalism like you have never seen before. You understand what I'm saying? Don't even try. You are not famous. You are not Floyd Shivambu. You are not going there. They are not going to welcome you there. Don't take any chances. So what I'm hearing here is it looks like he was deploying some type of intelligence to confuse the police to know, because police want to send their men where the hotspot will be. Even now, if he was clever, he was supposed to go and march in Joburg, announce the march in eThekwini and go and march in Joburg. secretly. But now he's playing his cards open because it's 1 day left and he needs 1 million men. Is it possible to get 1 million men? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. And these 1 million men are just unemployed men that have got nothing to do and who are believing in this cause of violence, Zulu Hlangana, and everything. When those people are together, they're not singing South Africa. No, they sing Zulu. So you as a petty Xhosa man, you feel left out there also singing Zulu. You understand what I'm saying? When we see these Tonga people say, I support much and much, like, yeah, you'll wake up late. You'll wake up late. So they are gathering there. The police are going to send numbers there. Because remember, their gathering, according to me, is illegal. Because if you are going to gather 1 million men in a specific place, going to Ucha Center, just forget about it. It's illegal. You did not apply for it. You did not get permit for it. How many queue marshals did you get and everything? It's simply illegal because you said you are not marching. But on the day you want to go and march and join Jacinta. So whatever application that Jacinta has applied for in the local police, the metro, she instructed plus how many people she will be having manning the queues, manning the people, meaning the people that will be wearing their yellow beeps and controlling people, telling people don't go this way, this is the route, don't, she told them. Now, if she told them to say, plus minus, we are expecting 20,000 people. For example, 20,000 people, it could be more. What is more? Times 2, 40,000 people. 40,000 people in the street controlled by Ucha Center. So you apply according to those numbers. If you guys know, what do they call it? What do they call that form? I just forgot. There's a form that you fill in when you want to get a match. You fill that form and you indicate all of those things. You indicate that you have talked to the local hospitals, ambulances, and anything, because anything can happen. How many policemen you think you need and everything, and the policemen will come and everything. Everything is on that form. If I can remember the name of that stupid form. Anyway, so there you put numbers there. You put numbers. So now your numbers are incorrect because there's a guy who's gathering 1 million men at the Spaghetti Junction. 1 million men who are coming. Who's going to man those men? Who is going to man those men? If you understand what I'm saying. Nobody. The police are now going to have to bring a high contingent into KwaZulu-Natal because this is 1 million men. If you guys have done police, community police, if you have worked with the police as a community, you know that they also work with a ratio. They need to, I think one police is equals to 15 to 20 people. 15 to 20 people. Every 15 to 20 people, one police person can try and navigate that person. If it's a police woman, it's, I think, 3 to 7 people or something like that. So there's a ratio that they are working with. So for 1 million people, you need, if you are going to control them, and remember, they are not going to do anything. Like I said, there is nothing to do. There is nothing to do. Foreigners are leaving, especially in KwaZulu-Natal. Foreigners are leaving. Those who are there are those who are professional, who are working somewhere at the port, engineers and whatever. They are going to be indoors. They're all right. They've made enough stock. They are staying somewhere in the suburbs and stuff. They are not going to be bothered. The route of the march is not going to be passed by them. They are just going to pray that over the next few days that this thing actually dies down, hoping that the government will do something. And the government will do absolutely nothing, because we said here on King Teto that the government is enjoying that people who are not being paid to do immigration are doing their job for them. Government is very happy. Now, don't be fooled by government officials coming and saying left, right. When they are drinking tea in the morning, the expensive coffee that they are drinking in the morning, they say, hey, hey guys, how can we sponsor this Pakela in Matala side, on the side, so that people must not know that we are sponsoring him, because he's cleaning up the cities. He's doing what we could not do as the government. We need to sponsor him. But in the public, we cannot say out loud that we sponsor him. We cannot say we support him. That's why we say that this thing is government-led, government-sponsored, government-protected by 600 million. That 600 million is to protect them. They're going to march, nothing is going to happen. They're going to come out and say, yeah, the march was peaceful. Jacinta's going to say, hey, guys, you guys were waiting for a march to be violent. Where was the violence? We marched and we hand over the memorandum. We are done. No violence. What violence? The shops are closed. The people are closed. If the people were there, you guys were going to be violent, because that's what you want. And there is no way you can control 1 million Zulu men as the police. There's no way. There's no way. You guys can do whatever you want to say on the comment section. There's no way you're going to control them. There isn't enough police contingency plan that they can control 1 million men. They are very fortunate because people have been leaving KwaZulu-Natal, and I don't foresee anything happening in KwaZulu-Natal. I must say though, I see a lot of things happening in other cities, in other provinces. I see a lot of things getting out of hand in those cities because the police will not be fully concentrated there. Because the police are concentrating on Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. That is where you have a higher amount or level of Zulu people. The people in Free State are going to march, probably maybe going to loot, because at Free State they are looting. They don't play. But it's not going to turn violent. In Limpopo, it's not going to turn violent. In Northern Cape, it's not going to turn violent. Western Cape, not going to turn violent. Eastern Cape, maybe, but also I don't see it turning violent. Mpumalanga, it's not going to turn violent. I promise you guys. That is just my view of how South Africa looks right now. But the thing is, this thing continues, because remember, he needs to constantly be in the face of media. With media, he's eating. With social media, he has monetized this whole movement. So what is the next step? The next step is on the 1st of July, we are meeting. We are having a press conference. We want to hand over our memorandum to the president. Nobody else. We want the president. And then after that is what? No, we're giving him 7 days. After 7 days is that, no, we are marching to the Union Building. After Union Building is, no, we are marching to Palapala. After Palapala is, no, we are marching to Cape Town, to Parliament. No, we are giving them a last chance. No, we are going to close the elections. That is, so he's got a whole full program that will be going on from now up until the 4th of November when we are supposed to be voting. Smart guy. So, message to all the foreigners who are in South Africa watching this video. We as Pan-Africanists view you as a human first before we look at the status of you being here in our country. So, before I see illegal foreigner, I see a mother, I see a brother, I see a fellow African. Understand? And also the communication to that fellow African is that we are welcoming people, but we don't appreciate you coming here without documents. That one, it must be clear. You can blame the system. Hey, my passport expired, my visa expired, this or whatever. It doesn't matter. When you are here illegal, you are here illegal. And you have to go out of the country so that you can come back with the proper document. That is the message that all of us are saying. And that message must be in every African country. Zimbabwe must say it to South Africans and to Mozambicans or anyone that comes to their country. They must come in lawfully. Number 2, if you could not make it out of South Africa by the 30th, it will be good for you not to be in the streets, because you don't know what type of foolishness you're going to meet in the streets. There are South Africans that are very loving, and you will find South Africans that are the quite opposite of that, because people are frustrated. Remember, South Africans, we are carrying apartheid trauma. We were beaten, we were hanged. Our land was taken away. We were completely demolished from the land of our ancestors. We were put into the Bantustans. We were moved from one pillar to post. We were beaten up. We were taught in a language that was not. So there's a generational trauma that South Africans are carrying that was never addressed in 1994. Because in 1993, after they killed Chris Hani, South Africans wanted to fight. They wanted to take arms. But Nelson Mandela made it possible for an election day to come for one man, one vote in 1994. So South Africans said, okay, we know we are going to win the election. So in the memory of Chris Hani, let us not go into violence. Even though Chris Hani was the guy that was the head of Mkhonto Wesizwe, he wanted to take arms. But he said, we choose peace over arms. So Mandela drove that project of South Africans. But South Africans were sold a pie in the sky. They were sold a lie. Artificial democracy, democracy of administrative power, democracy of just controlling the departments. That's all. You don't control the economy. You don't get into the financial sector. You don't have a state-owned bank. You don't have nothing. That's what we were sold. And then over the years, people were slowly getting frustrated because the people who own the mines, the people who own the mines, the people who own everything, never want to give in to the people. They never want to give the people something. They never want to give the people, a piece of what they are stealing from. They are taking everything. They would rather close a mine or close Pick and Pay or close whatever, retrench workers than share with the workers. That is what is happening in South Africa. So be careful. Don't confront South Africans in this state. There's no need. You cannot win. Don't have any attitude. Just don't do it. For your safety, my sister, my brother, for your safety. I know you are legal here. King, I'm legal here. Nobody can tell. I know. But I'm saying this is not the time for you to fight South Africans. Allow South Africans to do what South Africans are doing as long as they are not harming you. Stay away from the lines. I see a lot of my friends, they have closed the Somalians, Bangladesh, they have closed their shops and everything. That is good. That is what I told you guys to do. I'm not sure how long this smoke is going to last. Maybe it's going to go away after 1 week. Maybe it's going to take longer than that. I don't know. But just be safe. Just be safe. I'm now speaking specifically to those who are legal here. Those who are not legal here, find a way to go back to your country and come back here legally. Because I don't foresee in the near future anything being easy. But I see after some few months that things will die down, especially after the elections in November. You're going to see things dying down and everything. Abu Pagalum Tagati. In closing, 1 million men. You could be bigger than the IFP, the DA, the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. The only party that will be bigger than you is MK Political Party. I think they've got 1.5 million people that voted for them in KwaZulu-Natal. So 1 million people. You could be big. You could be big in KwaZulu-Natal. The problem is that the people who have gathered with you are from different political backgrounds. That's the problem. So if you open a political party, you'll be asking them to choose. And I am telling you right now, Pagalum Tagati, you are nowhere close to being a politician. You are not. Politics is not for you. You will drown in politics. You don't have strategy. You don't think clear. You have closed so many tax shops. You have never opened one. You don't have a strategy of putting this issue in putting people in training. You never gathered people for training, for cutting hair. You never did anything that showed me that you can reboost the economy after closing it down. That is just my view. Maybe you are still going to do those things. We'll address it when you do it. But for now, I have not seen anything that suggests that you are able to run an economy. Never. So for me, going into politics will be a very wrong move from your side. Guys, go in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think about this. It's the evening before the 30th of June. Am I going to work? Maybe I'll be in the streets. Just keep tuned in on King SO, and we'll make sure that we inform you on what is happening, at least here where we stay. Kimberley. I'll be telling you guys what is going on here in Kimberley. There is a planned and approved match that will be happening here in Kimberley as well. Thank you so much. Danko, on the comment section. Maskal.